Priyanka Chopra adds another feather in her cap of achievements, by starring in British Vogue as she becomes first Asian to do so. In her interview with Vogue, she becomes vulnerable as she opens up about her daughter for the first time since her birth and also talks about seemingly equal amount of outrage, nasty speculation and misogynistic judgment. The first-time mother was accused, among other things, of outsourcing her pregnancy, renting a womb out of vanity, and acquiring a ready-made baby, which one critic implied meant the global entertainer wouldn't have the same maternal attachment to as her surrogate. Priyanka says, "I've developed a tough hide when people talk about me, but it's so painful when they talk about my daughter. I'm like, keep her out of it. I know what it felt like to hold her little hands when they were trying to find her veins. So no, she's not going to be gossip. I've been really protective of this chapter of my life with my daughter, because it's not about my life only, it's hers too." Neither Priyanka nor Nick addressed the internet mob directly at the time. Their decision to stay quiet was due in large part to a set of much greater difficulties emanating from the circumstances surrounding their child's birth. Malti had to be delivered preterm, a full trimester before her due date. Babies born this early are considered extremely premature and often incur significant, long-term health issues. Priyanka says, "I was in the operating room when she came out. She was so small, smaller than my hand. I saw what the intensive care nurses do. They do God's work. Nick and I were both standing there as they intubated her. I don't know how they even found what they needed, in her tiny body, to intubate her." For the next 3 months, the new parents had to shuttle daily to the neonatal intensive care unit, NICU, first at Rady Children's Hospital in La Jolla, a few hours south of Los Angeles, and then at Cedars-Sinai in La. Malti's birth coincided with the first Omicron wave in the US, which meant only Chopra Jonas and her husband were allowed to visit their newborn, despite the fact that both of their extended families had flown in to help. Priyanka says, "We spent every single day with her on my chest, on my husband's chest. I didn't know if she would make it or not." She prefers to keep private the specific circumstances that led her and her husband to surrogacy. She says, "I had medical complications, so this was a necessary step, and I'm so grateful I was in a position where I could do this. Our surrogate was so generous, kind, lovely and funny, and she took care of this precious gift for us for 6 months." But for the internet trolls who made a sport of theorizing why the couple enlisted a surrogate, Chopra Jonas's tone takes on an edge. "You don't know me," she says. "You don't know what I've been through. And just because I don't want to make my medical history, or my daughter's, public doesn't give you the right to make up whatever the reasons were."